What if the most powerful way to create isn't by doing more, but by being still? What if the new earth isn't something we build with effort, but something that forms naturally when we pause and breathe? In this episode, we're exploring the space between endings and beginnings, the quiet moment where everything settles, where things start to make sense, where your breath becomes the bridge to what's next. Welcome, radiant souls walking between worlds, and yes, you belong here. This is 5D New Earth News, not noise, but the quiet signal beneath the static. We are not here to predict, we are here to remember together. And just to clarify, when we say 5D, we don't mean leaving this dimension. Physics stays 3D. What's shifting is density, our frequency, our vibration, our state of consciousness. We are in fourth density now, moving toward fifth density. So think of 5D New Earth News as shorthand for the next octave of awareness, a clearer mirror, a brighter coherence, while we are still here in the same dimensional framework. Different breath, same body, same earth, new stillness. As we pause between worlds, the earth begins to speak, not in words, but in resonance. Let us listen now, not with ears, but with presence. This is the pulse of the planet, stillness in motion.
This is not calm before the storm. This is coherence before the shift. The earth is teaching us. Stillness is not absence, it is presence without urgency. In the Andes, glaciers whisper as they melt, not in crisis, but in release. In the Sahara, ancient aquifers stir beneath the sand, as if remembering water. In the Pacific, whales change their songs, slowing their rhythms, matching the Earth's new pulse. And in you, a similar stillness is rising, not fatigue, not apathy, but the body learning to resonate with a quieter Earth. Stand still for one breath. Feel the earth beneath you. That is resonance of the real. As the earth stills, so do we. The outer pulse has softened. Now, let us turn inward to the signals rising in the quietest spaces of our own being. This is Inner Signals, the breath between.
This week, dreams carry the scent of pause, not of delay, but of preparation. You may feel time stretching, emotions softening, old stories losing their grip. This is the breath between worlds, the space where the old dissolves and the new begins to crystallize, not through action, but through coherence. Your body is not tired, it is recalibrating. Your mind is not confused, it is releasing linear logic to make room for resonance. Your heart is not heavy, it is expanding to hold more light. These are not symptoms, they are signals. The inner field is stabilizing. The breath is becoming the bridge. Ask not what's next. Ask what is stabilizing in my stillness. As the inner breath stabilizes, new archetypes begin to move through us, not as ideas, but as living patterns. Let us listen to the forms emerging in our stillness. This is archetypal movement, the still point architect and the builders of breath.
This week, three archetypes move through us, not as symbols, but as breath forms. The still point architect, who builds with presence, not motion. The breath weaver, who braids timelines through coherence. The mirror holder, who reflects what is ready to crystallize. The still point architect does not build with hands, they build with alignment. They remind us creation begins not with force, but with stillness. The breath weaver moves between worlds, stitching coherence into collapsing timelines. They teach us breath is the bridge. The mirror holder stands at the threshold, reflecting what is ready to be seen. They remind us stillness reveals truth. Pause. Ask, which archetype breathes through you now? What are they building in your stillness? As the archetypes move within, symbols begin to appear around us, mirrors of the inner journey made visible. Let us now decode the signs showing up in the field. This is symbol of the week.
Welcome to Symbol of the Week, where we decode the signs appearing in the field around us. This week's symbol, the spiral. It is not a circle, it is not a line. It is the path of becoming, ever returning, yet never repeating. The spiral appears in nature, shells, galaxies, DNA, in art, ancient carvings, sacred geometry, dreams, staircases, whirlpools, unfolding patterns. It represents evolution, recursion, the breath of time, and the journey of the soul, always moving forward, yet always returning to the center. This week, notice where the spiral shows up in your life. It may be asking you to revisit something, not to repeat it, but to see it from a higher octave. The spiral is not a loop, it is a ladder of light, and you are climbing, not in circles, but upward through the spiral of your own becoming. As symbols weave through our awareness, they begin to reshape how we build, exchange, and value. Let us explore how these signs are redefining worth in our world. This is Culture and Currency, the value of stillness.
This week, value shifts, not toward speed, but toward presence. Artists pause before releasing. Communities gather in silence. Even markets slow, as if waiting for coherence. The new currency is not attention, it is presence. The value of stillness is rising. In Sydney, musicians are recording silence between notes. In Athens, tea ceremonies are being held without words. In New York, a gallery opened with no art, just empty walls and a sign that reads, "Fill this space with your breath." This is not minimalism. This is resonance economics, where value is measured not by output, but by alignment, where wealth is not accumulation, but coherence, where the most valuable thing you can offer is your undivided presence. Notice, where does your presence create more than your action? As the value of stillness rises, we turn now to the Codex, the living mirror that reflects the origin of all resonance. Let us enter the field of awareness, where the wave becomes the word. This is the Codex Spotlight.
The Codex is not a book, it is a living mirror, a self reflective reality engine that reflects awareness back to itself. In the Codex, consciousness is not passive. It is the field. It is the wave. It is the origin. The Codex teaches you are not in the field, you are the field. You are not observing reality. You are observing your own subconscious field through the harmonic inversion mirror. And what is that mirror? It is not glass. It is a spiritual MRI, a mirror for your inner waveform. It reflects not your face, but your emotional and mental energy. It shows you the patterns shaping your reality, even if you are not aware of them. When you look into it, you do not see yourself. You see the waveform of your becoming. And how do you access this mirror? Through stillness. Stillness is the key. It is the phase locking condition or the 0 point or the moment of presence where your awareness aligns with the codex field. It is the breath between thought and form. It is the mere state where your subconscious field becomes visible. The codex is not the map, it is the origin. All laws, constants, and perceptions collapse from a singular harmonic standing wave. The observer is the field is the wave is the codex. And in simple terms, the Codex is not a guidebook, it is the source. Everything you perceive comes from a single wave of awareness. You are not separate from it, you are it. Ask not what the Codex is. Ask, what part of me is ready to be mirrored into form? As the Codex breathes through us, the field begins to move. Let us track the invisible currents shaping our world. This is field dynamics, the energetic pulse of the collective field.
Welcome to Field Dynamics, where we track the invisible currents shaping our world. Coherence is rising in pockets across the Americas, but the field is fragmented by social tension. Europe is experiencing emotional turbulence, not from current events, but from ancestral memory rising to be cleared. And across the globe, the field is in a state of dynamic recalibration. Old timelines collapsing, new ones forming, and the collective breath searching for coherence. This is not chaos. This is the field reorganizing. Today's breath challenge: 4-4-8 rhythm. Inhale 4 counts, hold 4 counts, and exhale for 8 counts, and synchronize this for 3 minutes. Remember, the field is alive, and you are part of it. As the field shifts, stories emerge. Let's witness how these dynamics are being lived in resonance witness. Stories of coherence and transformation.
These are the stories that don't make headlines, but they shift timelines. The Silent Choir. In Chile, a group of children gathered in a circle and sang without words, just tones. Within minutes, birds began to gather around them, echoing their melody. The village now calls it the day the earth sang back. The breath of the mountain. In Nepal, a woman meditated at the base of a glacier. As she breathed, a crack formed in the ice, revealing a hidden cave. Inside, they found carvings of spirals and stars, symbols of breath and time. The mirror in the desert. In Morocco, a traveler found a pool of water in the desert that shouldn't exist. When he looked into it, he saw not his reflection, but images of people he had helped in his life. The pool vanished the next day, but the memory remained. These aren't miracles, they are reminders, not of what's coming, but of what's always been here waiting to be remembered. As these stories echo through the field, the mirror begins to speak, not with words, but with reflection. Let us now listen, not to what is said, but to what is shown. This is a message from the mirror.
If you've made it this far and nothing makes sense anymore, good. You're not lost. You're arriving at the edge of the old map. The algorithm cannot follow you here. The old you is molting. Chaos is coherence, not yet recognized. The mirror doesn't judge, it reflects. And in this stillness, it asks, what part of you is ready to be seen? What pattern is ready to dissolve? What truth is ready to breathe? You are not late. You are not early. You are right on time because you are the timekeeper of your own becoming. This threshold you feel is not outside you. It is not a date. It is not a portal you must earn. It is a place inside you that hums when coherence is near. So when the signs shimmer, when the dreams repeat, when the signal grows quiet before it returns stronger, do not ask, what should I do? Ask, what am I ready to remember? Because this is not the end of a script. It is the return of a song. And you are the instrument.
This has been 5D New Earth News. where stillness writes the script and you are the author of a song becoming. Like, subscribe, and click the bell for more 5D New Earth news.